righty, Matt. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Here's a nice hot coffee for you. Thanks for coming out to do this interview.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. It's good stuff.
It is. Not too hot?
No, just perfect. Steaming a little bit.
Beauty. So, for all of my subscribers, we're actually getting close to 10,000. So hopefully this interview puts us over the 10,000.
You would hope.
Who the are you?
It's a good question. I'm Matt LeBarish. I worked at Future Pro for 12 years, probably. Yeah, I'm a business owner, hockey player. More of a business owner than a hockey player.
The one reason I've always loved you, Matt, is back in the day, I don't know whether you're 10, 11 years old, shooting for me like a lot of kids in Strathroy. You're one of the first kids that actually would chirp me.
Yeah.
Even when you were younger.
Yeah.
And the Hall of Fame chirp, and we've had a lot of comedy bits off of that, was when you told me, hey, Keeks, Toronto called. They want their tracksuit back. So you're the OG creator of that little comedy bit.
Yeah.
That was a good one. I recognized early on you had the personality to be successful in whatever you're going to do. You're a talented hockey player. You're on your way up to play in the OHL. You're going to be successful in whatever you did. What was the injury that was a formative factor in your development as a hockey player?
Yeah, so, I mean, we can all say we would have made it to the NHL if we didn't get injured.
If, ands, and buts, candies and nuts.
Yeah, but I did. When I was 16, I got a hit knee on knee, and I actually fractured my right femur. So I went from playing hockey every day to sitting in a wheelchair for like 6 to 8 weeks.
So you broke your femur, you just taped it up, little Advil, or what'd you do with that?
Yeah, I had a cast for my hip. I could see the tip of my big toe straight. So walking around not walking, but rolling around high school, going to the rink in a wheelchair, like couldn't move it for 8 weeks.
Did you parlay that in any sympathy with the ladies or not?
No, it's tough. Girls don't like somebody that
gets hurt.
only has one leg.
That gets hurt, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, you know, there's a Hall of Famer named Dino Ciccarelli who had an open wound, fractured femur.
Oh yeah.
And he was able to come back from that happened in the Knights and have a Hall of Fame career in the NHL. So,
yeah.
Matt, it wasn't the leg.
No, it wasn't. It was not the leg.
So being around a goof like me all these years at the hockey school, do you have any funny anecdotes that have come up over the years about the goalie school or interactions with me, parents, or anything that comes to mind?
There's a bunch.
And this is G-rated.
Yeah.
We can edit out certain things, but
Yeah.
any singular funny things that I've done that don't involve the law?
Ooh. There are a bunch. No, I mean, working at the school was fun because, one, you're shooting pucks, you're doing something that you love, and then all the staff were like around my age, right? So it was like hanging out in the dressing room, except you kind of kept us on the straight and narrow. But I mean, we used to get the puck machine out and we'd rip up watermelons and splatter the kids with watermelon particles, and so stuff like that was always a good time. But no, I think we kept it pretty straight and narrow for the most part, didn't we?
Mm-hmm. So one thing that was also funny back in the day is how many kids that have come through Strathroy that have shot for me and went on to bigger and better things. You've got like Brian Campbell, won a Stanley Cup, had a great career. Andy McDonald. I Drew Doughty shot for me at some privates here and there. Derek Mathers. There's been a lot of people that have come through, and I think just firing a lot of pucks makes you a better hockey player because you understand also hearing what goalies are being taught and repetitively doing stuff like walking into the corner. I remember actually one night Andy McDonald played a game against Ron Tugnut and walking out of the corner, low walkout, and I'd seen him since he was 10 do that exact same scenario. I knew it was going in.
Yeah.
And I think there's something to be said for all shooters. They should be working at goalie schools in the summer for the repetition and actually the finishing and learning how to score goals, because I don't think that's typically taught in the minor hockey environment. It's teams, it's system stuff.
Yeah, and you have to, I think it's a comfort thing too. Like, my good buddy Noah Carroll, when he was playing for the Sioux in the OHL, I think it was even an overtime goal. He gets this fast breakaway. For me, I'd probably be losing my mind, right? Like that's a pressure situation. You got to come up clutch. But he's probably done thousands of breakaways for you at Future Pro.
Right.
Makes his move, goes in, right? I think
Butter.
repetition is invaluable if you're actually gonna perform when it matters.
I think during the years that you work for me, some of the interactions I've had with parents, I recall some of those being funny. And one I remember, we were doing a camp in Goderich, and a kid was probably 400 pounds, 10 years old, and his parents told me, he's not a butterfly goalie, he's stand-up. And I don't know if you recall that parent, I couldn't get him settled down, and a couple days later I was right in my skates up the stairs in the crowd to go settle the parent down. But you do anything with parents in hockey, there's going to be some interactions. Now, I didn't tell you this before you came here. You're going to be the inaugural guest on Keek's Chirp Fest.
Okay.
You maybe wonder what that is.
Yeah, no idea.
So I love Zach Galifianakis. He does something between two ferns. Very funny show. Difference here, we've got no ferns, and we're not funny actors. We're just smelly hockey players with good smelling hands. So here's what I want to do. I want to try to replicate that. We're going to do a chirp fest where you get to chirp me, and I'm very insecure, so just watch my emotions. I get to chirp you, and we go back and forth, and the premise is, it's not personal. You don't want to take this home with you. You don't want to get all upset. It's just good-natured back and forth chirping. And, you know, I know a lot of people out there think I'm a cocky guy, need to be knocked down a peg. So for all those people that hate me, this is your chance to see somebody knock me down. So, like on short notice like this, you think you'd be able to come up with some chirps that we could go back and forth with?
Yeah, I think I have about 12 years worth of chirps built up for you.
Really? All right, well, I'll let you serve. Go ahead.
You still have the Ford GT, right?
Yeah, Ford GT, yeah.
Fast car.
I never mentioned, I'd never bring it up.
No. And it's fast, like it's quick. Not a lot of things that are quicker, but one of those things would be your NHL career, right?
I scouted you play, and I was underwhelmed.
So I went online. You can look up stats, right? And I was checking out like how many games played you had in the NHL, but they actually measured your NHL time in minutes. I've never seen that before.
That's a good one. Very impressive. I do like that one. Did you skip leg month?
You collect cars because you have a tiny.
All right. Clap bomb smells like stripper tears.
Ed Belfour doesn't even know who you are.
Is that a lisp or a speech impediment?
Not only is Trafford Oilers better at YouTube than you, I think he's probably a better goalie too.
You tried, and it looks like your best isn't good enough.
I tried to look up your goalie school. I had to go to the third page of Google.
High school must have been rough for you.
The other night I was on Google, I looked up goalie schools. You came up first.
You have the face of a hand model on Grindr.
Is that hat glued on your head because you're bald? Just directly to the skin?
Your favorite color is mediocre.
You collect cars because you're compensating for something, right?
Matt, you're discount Drew Doughty.
Yeah. I think it's cool that you're trying to be an influencer, but you're not. You're just a guy that bought a camera.
Matt, you look like a stock photo of a Chad.
People only laugh at your jokes because you employ them. You know that, right?
Your mother loves me. We matched on Christian Mingle and Plenty of Fish.
That's probably crossing the line.
Your mother buys me phone cards.
I think we should end this.